this one, that the NBA rule change. I gotta know how you feel about the two rule changes coming to this season. So it's the if you flop, you get a tech plus free throws. So how you feel about that, first of all?
All right, so my NBA conspiracy theorist, half of my brain came out. It almost gives the referees somewhat more control of the games and outcomes of the games. This is my conspiracy mind thinking. So I'm thinking in that type of mind. I got the other half where I think it's going to be good for the game. It'll clean it up. People won't flop. But this is my conspiracy mind. A ref can basically say somebody flopped, and it might not have been a flop, but he get called for a flop. Now it's two free throws or a free throw for the other team, and that one free throw can possibly change the outcome of a game, and that's based solely on if the ref feels in this heat of the moment that that was a flop or not. So my conspiracy mind, I think it's gonna get, I think it's gonna get crazy. Like I think it's gonna get crazy. But this my regular basketball mind. I finally like they trying to clean it up a little bit. I think it's a little bit too late now, but I'm glad they cleaned it up.
Nah, but what you said is perfect. So it bring me to the second part, the next rule. When you said like the ref might make a bad call, might not be a flop, and now the team get a tech and the free throw. So now they're giving the coaches, this is the second rule change. They're giving the coaches, if you challenge a call and you get it right, then they give you another challenge. So basically, like if your challenge is wrong, you lost it, you just lose it. But if you get the challenge right, you get a second challenge. So that we might see somebody get the ref get the call wrong on a flop. Some they might throw that challenge like, bro, review that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
see how you review somebody flopping. Like, okay, if it's blatant, you could tell. Somebody swing, don't hit him, and the dude OD jump, okay. But like, if it's on a charge or something, and you bump him, how you gonna tell if he flop or not? Like we know as being basketball players, most people that when you go to take a charge, yeah, it's taking a charge, but you flopping, you waiting for the bump just to drop. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like that's basketball culture, but then people take it far with the OD flops. But so like, I don't know, man.
Like one player that comes to my mind is Kyle Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
And we know he takes charges, but then some joints that he might do a little extra
Yeah.
head flop to get what I'm saying, maybe to get the extra look at the call. Maybe that probably was a charge,
Mm-hmm.
but it was really a flop. But for him now, you might be taking away some of not some
Yeah.
of
His
the
defensive.
best gift he can offer a team right now because he's still doing that at an older age. He's still picking up them key charges, stuff like that. But now, if that's considered a flop, and that one time you catch him maybe throwing his net back, now it's a flop call. That's kind of taken away from his little strategy. What I'm saying, the mental games he played, the mind games he played. So now you kind of changing people's strategy of how they might go about taking charges. Like I said, I don't like the silly flops. Like you act like you got killed and shot. You could take that away, but there's still a game within the game when it comes to taking charges and
Right.
selling the call and stuff like that. So it's getting in a tricky area with that because you leaving a lot on the referees to really decide if that was a flop or not.
Right. See, I don't like it for the reason of like it's just such a thin line. Like a tech and free throw, bro, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather you just call it the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you seen them flop, then it's a blocking foul. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Hmm.
you seen them flop on something? Shoot, give them a personal foul. I mean, I don't like, but a tech and a free throws that seemed like too much for a flop, bro. Like,
And
that's a lot because that means whoever that player is, one more tech they gone. You know what I'm saying? And the ball is probably could possibly change hands, and now they shooting free throws. Like, come on, bro. Like that's too much for a flop.
yeah, and I feel like it's gonna slow down the game too because
Yeah.
with those type of calls, I feel like personally with those type of calls, they're gonna at least a good 5 minutes to really assess to see if that was like he really took a charge and
Yeah,
maybe just threw his head back to embellish it to make it look a little bit extra, or if that was really a flop. That's gonna take time because
exactly.
if I called it on the fly, if I said that's a flop on the fly, now if you call the if you call the throw the challenge on it, now I really have to do my due diligence and really break the whole play down. I can't break the whole play down in a minute. I gotta really do 5 minutes. So I feel like now that's gonna prolong the game. That's gonna give teams extra timeouts. That might mess up the momentum of another team that was on the run. And now this flop call. Now the momentum stopped because the refs got to go to the board. They got to figure it out. So, like I said, I'm 50-50 with it. I like it, but then I don't like it because I do have an NBA conspiracy mind sometimes when it comes to certain things in that nature. But that's for a different debate. But
Mhm.
that's really my take on it.
That's a bet. Yeah, yeah. Those are two rule changes. So we gonna see how those work out.